Hello, everyone. My name is Alison Seindberg with LindellTV. We are here today with Congressman William Timmons, who represents South Carolina's 4th Congressional District. Thank you so much, Congressman, for being with us today.
Thanks for having me on.
Yes, and you're also, I should add, a member of the House Oversight Committee. You did a fantastic job at that explosive hearing just the other day on Minnesota fraud. How do you feel that went overall?
I think it went great, but I'm actually really excited about next month. We're going to have Governor Walz and Attorney General Alison, and I cannot wait to hear what they have to say about losing $9 billion.
It certainly will be interesting. Do you trust, though, that they're going to actually show up, and do you guys plan to subpoena them?
I hope they show up, and if they don't show up, we will subpoena them. There's no excuse for this. Obviously, Governor Walz has acknowledged some culpability because he's not running for re-election. So they have to answer these questions. The American people deserve that.
They absolutely do, and I think we're all expecting serious accountability here. We'll get into that in a moment, but I also want to ask you about Democrats now threatening to strip or condition ICE in the latest funding bill. They're actually, I'm hearing, threatening potentially another government shutdown if they don't get their way on this. Do you think that's actually likely, and could we potentially see this happen?
Listen, the Democrats have no plan, they have no leaders, they have no policies, and they're just grasping at straws. If they're going to shut the government down because we are enforcing the rule of law in this country, I just don't understand what their plan could be, because the American people want us to do our job. They want us to address the affordability issues in this country. They want us to fix healthcare. They want us to secure the border and get our immigration system back on track. All of these things is what the American people want. And if the Democrats are going to shut the government down, it's only going to get worse for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very concerning when, a particular party tries to tie the hands of the law enforcement that's meant to protect the people just for political purposes. I mean, how can anyone trust the Democrats when they continue to do this time and time again?
Again, they don't have policies, they don't have leaders, and they're just rudderless. Yeah. So I hope that they do the right thing and keep the government open, but we'll have to see.
Time will tell. We'll be interested to see what happens there. Also, Minnesota's Democratic leadership has repeatedly clashed with law enforcement, federal investigators, including lawsuits and pushback against transparency and fraud in law enforcement probes. What kind of message do you think it sends when Democrats continually appear to side with the criminals over the American people?
I think this is the tip of the iceberg. All the money that we've been seeking out through the DOJ subcommittee and Elon Musk DOJ efforts earlier last year, it's all rooting out the waste, fraud, and abuse that the Democrat machine is built on. Yeah. So when you see them pushing back in Minnesota after losing $9 billion, and again, that's just in the programs that we've uncovered so far. So I think there's more. I think you're going to see it in other states run by Democrats, and I think that it's a racket. It's a racket. It's a criminal enterprise, and we're going to get accountability, whether they're complicit in it or not.
I certainly hope so. And Scott Bessent did just announce the other day that all 50 states will be investigated, which I think is good. I think both red states and blue states are probably complicit in this fraud. Certainly my home state of California, where they spend billions and billions of dollars on these homeless programs, yet you go there and all you see are tents as far as the eye can see. I mean, it's just disgusting, and the fact that this has been able to go on so long is truly astounding.
I think in the last few years, I don't know the exact statistic, but I think they've tripled the amount of spending on social safety nets. And what have we seen from that?
What have we seen?
I would say it's probably worse than ever. Again, I think this is a criminal racket. I think that there's going to be accountability, and they're going to keep squirming as we seek out all the waste, fraud, and abuse.
Yes, I sure hope so. Now, while we're talking about criminals, I can't continue on without bringing up Ilhan Omar. Everyone wants to know what is going to happen with her. I know I'm asking you because you are on the House Oversight Committee. I feel like you could have some pull here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the American people want to know what is going on with Ilhan Omar, because I think it's abundantly clear she's probably complicit in a lot of the fraud we're seeing in Minnesota. Is she going to be investigated? Are you guys going to subpoena her immigration records? I mean, where do we stand on her?
So the Ethics Committee is going to take over a lot of that, and I do think that there's some potential wrongdoing as it relates to getting campaign contributions to entities that she funneled money through. So we'll see what the Ethics Committee does. That's their job. Mm-hmm. But again, I love when she has press conferences. I love when she talks. She's probably the best mouthpiece the Republicans have. So just continue on, say whatever comes to mind, because the American people disagree with her. Yeah. She is vehemently anti-American.
Yeah.
And it really hits home to a lot of Americans that are proud. They can be Republicans or Democrats, but they are proud to be an American. And the fact that she hates America so openly is really good for our chances in the midterms.
It certainly doesn't hurt. I think it's concerning to see some of her statements. I mean, she's recently said that enforcing immigration law is a waste of taxpayer resources. She said ICE is a lawless occupying force. So she just doesn't hold back. She's really a disgrace to our nation. But I think we get back to this everlasting question from the American people, at least the MAGA base, on the accountability side of all of this. And you said she's going to be investigated likely by the Ethics Committee. Can we trust the Ethics Committee to actually be ethical? Because we look at people like Nancy Pelosi who have gotten away with this insider congressional trading for how many years, right? Nothing's ever happened to her. Well,
technically that wasn't illegal. We're going to change the laws here in the coming weeks. I just was an original co-sponsor for the new stock trade ban that is going to be voted on the House floor within a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So I do think that we're going to address that. But no, the Ethics Committee, I trust my friend, Chairman Guest. He's a good man. He was a prosecutor for, I think, 20 years. And, I think that we have to police ourselves. And when we start sending subpoenas from Oversight Committee against members, it gets a little tricky. So, we had a lot of fun last week with competing amendments to subpoena things and whatnot. It was kind of chaos. So I think we got to let the Ethics Committee do their job, and hopefully we get the accountability we seek.
Can you go more into depth on the subpoenaing within the House Oversight Committee? Because I know Nancy Mace has made multiple efforts to try to go further with Ilhan Omar, and they seem to be blocked by both Democrats and Republicans. So what exactly is going on there?
I think that some people in Congress are they have an insatiable desire to get clicks, and I think that that is what you're seeing there.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, when Scott Perry, one of the founding members of the Freedom Caucus, is against whatever she's doing, I don't think it's conservative. So if you want to pull the tapes, it was a very interesting conversation surrounding how we got out of the box that she tried to put us in. Okay,
good to know. Good insight. Thank you for that. Getting back to Tim Walz and AG Keith Ellison, they're set to appear before the House Oversight on February 10th. You do think?
Fingers crossed.
Okay.
I mean, that would be probably the most fun hearing we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, technically we're supposed to have depositions with Bill and Hillary Clinton. I don't think they're going to come right now.
That was going to be my next question.
Oh, it's going to be. I mean, if Bill Clinton comes and pleads the fifth for whatever he did or didn't do on Epstein Island, I have no words. I have no words. And apparently that's what he intends to do.
Yeah.
And, you've seen the photos of him getting back massages and at all these different, weird, very strange things.
Very.
So,
yeah.
I mean, he definitely has some questions that the American people want answered. So
sure.
We're going to continue to pursue that. And, it could be some fireworks here in the coming weeks.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. And it's interesting, too, because Democrats have been so just nonstop about these Epstein files, which is really ironic because if they cared so much, why didn't they do it under Biden, right? They only care now because it's Trump. But I think Bill and Hillary may be very complicit in all of this. How do you think the Democrats are going to feel when this explosive information?
I mean, I think anybody that was involved in sex trafficking, human trafficking, I don't care what party you're in.
Yeah.
You need to be held accountable.
For sure.
And I think that we're going to continue to see the Department of Justice release everything that they can, but it's tricky because we do need to protect the victims. And there's people out there that were victimized decades ago, and they're now living in suburban America, and they have a great life and some kids, and they don't want to have to tell their kids why their name is in a DOJ file.
Yeah.
So, we got to be careful about it, but I do think that we're moving in the right direction, and I think that we're going to have the transparency needed, and that will facilitate the accountability.
I certainly hope so. And that was actually going to be my next question is, it seems there's a bit of a holdup on the end of the DOJ. I know they were given a deadline when this law passed, and some people are upset that they're feeling like not everything is coming to light. I mean, do you think they just need more time to protect the victims, or what do you think is going on?
I think there's hundreds of thousands of documents that have to be redacted. And I know that they've actually released some and then had to unrelease them because of victim identification issue. It's very hard, and it really takes somebody that understands exactly what's going on in the case and just has a full grasp on it to then make the redactions necessary, because you want to make sure that we have the transparency that we need, but you got to protect the victims. You can't re-victimize the victims. That's the worst thing we can do.
For sure.
So if protecting the victims takes a little bit longer, that's the right thing to do, and we just got to be careful, because they've already been through enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as far as Bill and Hillary and Tim Walz and Keith Ellison, what happens if they don't show up? I know Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro were charged with contempt of Congress for the same thing in regards to January 6th back under the Biden regime. What happens? Will they face the same charges if they don't show up?
Again, I think the Democrats played a very dangerous game under the Biden administration by putting political opponents in jail for not answering questions of Congress. And I think that they set the standard.
Yep, they did.
So we will play their game. But I mean, honestly, I think it would be not in the best interest of our country to put the Clintons in jail for contempt of Congress. But we can always threaten, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I know the American people are very eager for some arrests, so I say bring it on.
Maybe home incarceration for the Clintons.
Okay.
Home incarceration. There we go.
We'll see. We're eagerly awaiting. As we wrap this up here, I am curious to get your thoughts. We're just seeing such grand escalation from the left and this radical rhetoric that is going around. Really, members of Congress, government officials inciting this lawlessness, retaliation against ICE. Where do we go from here? Is there any way to reel this in and actually create some unity in this nation for once? Or are we just so far past that point?
I think that we're just so extremely polarized, and the media generally wants to follow and wants to report on the most extreme positions, and that's not helpful. So I just think that there's this perverse disincentive for unity, and we're going to have to come together as a country and find a path forward, because I mean, it's just going to continue to escalate. And I'm 41 years old, I can handle myself and I feel fairly safe, but some of the other members of Congress understandably do not feel safe. And I just think that's not good when our government, our system of government, is under siege, quite literally physically. So we've got to find a way to tone things down and to address the issues the American people want us to address. And I mean, we have an affordability crisis in this country, we have a housing crisis in this country, we have a healthcare crisis in this country, and we can't address that by screaming and yelling. So we've got to find a way to put our differences aside and get some things done to help the American people, and that's what I'm here to do.
Well said. And it's awfully ironic too that Democrats claim to not feel safe when they're truly the party of violence. Like, they're the ones who are encouraging this behavior. I haven't seen a single Republican, retaliate against a Democrat, yet you see it quite frequently in the opposite direction. So I think there's a little bit of double standard.
I really think it comes down to the Democrats are just, they're flailing because they have no policies, they have no leaders. I mean, I don't know who the leader of the Democrat Party is. Is it AOC? Is it Gavin Newsom? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Even if you got Schumer and Jeffries, they're not, what policies do they have? Right now, their only policy is fight. And it's not good when they don't have a solution to any of the challenges that face the American people. Our solutions are working. Our solutions are working. Last year, there was a lot of thrash, but I mean, whether it's trade agreements, whether it's energy prices, whether it's a tax code, interest rates, inflation, all of the things that we're doing right now are working. And you're going to see GDP growth, you're going to see safety and security, you're going to see prosperity. The American dream is going to have life breathed into it. And so the Democrats are looking around going, all right, well, we're going to continue to say we want to kill babies and defund the police. And I mean, that's not what the American people want. And that's not how we're going to make sure the next 250 years are as good as the last 250 years. So they're going to continue to flail about because they have no plan. And we just got to be prepared for that.
Their only policy is the opposite of whatever President Trump wants, right?
Which is so much fun, because when he goes and he executes an arrest warrant that was obtained in the Southern District of New York, which, by the way, the grand jury was all Democrats. And he executes that search warrant. Now you got Democrats defending a narco-terrorist, head of a cartel, Maduro. And it's just, I mean, President Trump is so good at putting the Democrats in a box where they have to just say the most ridiculous things. And it's fun to watch them try to respond. And I mean, all the policies that the president's pushing are working, and we're safer and we're more prosperous because of it. And they just have no plan.
They don't at all. And I guess that's good for us. Hopefully we keep the wins coming and we get the America First agenda codified into law this year. Is 2026 going to be the year for making that happen?
We're going to keep winning, and hopefully we can do another reconciliation and get a lot of these executive orders put into law and continue to fight to get our country moving in the right direction.
Awesome. Well, Congressman Timmons, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.